Almost 5 months after a toxic train derailment in Ohio, we're now learning more about what led to the disaster and how things were handled afterward.
First responders are sharing those new details at a public hearing this week. Fox's Stephen Goin is live in East Palestine tonight with more. And Steve, what have you learned there?
Well, Caroline, we're learning there were a lot of communications breakdowns between first responders and Norfolk Southern, the railroad company. It happened right when those critical hours happened, right after that train derailed and the toxic chemicals spilled. So the NTSB, they talked to a lot of people over the past 2 days, but a lot of this hearing was spent talking about how first responders actually handled those dangerous chemicals. These are the dangerous chemicals that were in some of those derailed train cars. Local firefighters have said it took hours for Norfolk to inform them what kind of chemicals they could encounter. When the NTSB asked them why that delay happened, there was just not a clear answer. The NTSB also questioning why first responders decided to release vinyl chloride, a toxic gas, from 5 of the train cars that derailed. At the time it happened, they said it was to prevent an explosion. At the hearing, East Palestine's fire chief said he was the one who made that decision, which he called the least bad option of many. But he claimed he wasn't given much time to make that call.
That time limit was given to us, we were told, based upon the conditions at hand and dealing with the weather and the convergence. In order to do it that day, we had 13 minutes.
Experts called upon to witness over these past 2 days have questioned whether that release of chemicals in a process called a vent and burn was even necessary based off of certain factors like the chemical reactivity of some of those hazardous materials as well as the internal temperature of those train cars. At the hearings today, a lot of members of the community were in attendance. They say they still have concerns about their health. In East Palestine, Stephen Goin, Fox 26 News.